How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Malik, and I'm reacting to another video today. It's one that caught my eye. It is some of the most racist characters in anime. Now listen, I don't know if you know about me, if you can see or not. I'm a minority, and I'm going to be real with you. There are a lot of characters out there that are racist as hell, and I'm like, nope, sorry. That trial is coming. We got the evidence on deck. We're going to put you away for good. We're gonna shut you up, all right? But let's look at some of these racist characters, because this is a channel I haven't seen before. I wanted to react to it. I want to see what they're all about. If you like this video, please, I'd really appreciate if you jump that like, comment, subscribe. I'll put a link to the video down below. But let's look at this video, the most racist anime characters in history. Let's see what we got.
Have you ever been watching an anime and went, wow, that's pretty racist?
Yep.
Me too. And today, we're going to be taking 5 of the most racist characters out there and ranking them on their levels of prejudice and just outright deplorable behavior.
No.
We'll be judging our characters today
Frieza's
on how
gonna
much
miss,
damage
obviously.
they've done to their chosen oppressed minority group, as well as how mean they are behind closed doors when there isn't even any real reason to be racist. And most
Ghetto in
importantly,
his sprays.
how did this character manifest their hatred into the real world? And how many people have they
Ghetto's the
harmed?
only one
This way we can exclude any and all passive
understandable motivations,
racists.
not sympathetic.
Only active segregators have been allowed to proceed onto this list.
Okay.
Just those special haters that have
Yeah.
made it their life's mission to make that oppressed people's lives that much worse. Without further ado, let's just get started with the least hateful character on this list, which, with all the criteria it takes to even be on this, they're still pretty damn fucking racist.
Oh god, Toby Rama. Listen, Toby Rama did not hate the Uchiha. He did not hate the Uchiha. He hated Madara. What he did is he's like, okay, the Uchiha are a clan ruled by their emotions. They love their friends. They're so devoted to it, and the idea of anything taking away that love will drive them over the edge. That's good. And not good. That's a problem, to be on record. So he's like, okay, I'm going to put him in a position where the Uchiha can channel their energies, protecting the village, and that way, if another Madara does show up, we can kill him immediately. Problem is, what he did is basically set a policy where the Uchiha get isolated, and that would get abused by people like Danzo, who definitely were racist.
Tobirama Senju was a prominent member of the Senju clan, and one of the original shinobi to found Konoha, the village hidden in the leaf.
Named by
Born
Madara.
into a time of war, specifically against their rival clan, the Uchiha. From a young age, Tobirama grew to distrust the Uchiha clan, and harbored a deep hatred for his enemies. Something that followed him even after the two clans joined in peace and created their village in show of the alliance.
Let me talk.
From the beginning, Tobirama couldn't let his hatred out of any political decision he made. When Hashirama offered to make Madara Hokage to show good intentions, Tobirama said, nah, let's put it to a vote.
Okay, first off, he was 100% right. Listen, Tobirama made mistakes, 100% did, but let's be real, nobody fucked with Madara outside of Hashirama. Madara's own clan didn't even fuck with him at this point. Like, nobody fucked with him. We're not defending Madara, okay? The guy was a literal warmonger, okay? Like, literally, he started fights with the Hidden Stone and everything. Go look it up. But no, we're not. I'm not gonna argue against this. He was 100% right. You could not trust Madara. He was not stable enough. He still had issues he was dealing with his brother's death. And yeah, I get it. Tobirama killed his brother in battle. Okay, they were in the heat of fight. They were ninjas at war. That said, though, you can blame him for the whole police force, because what it did is making a racial group dominate the police force basically makes it easier for you to hate that racial group. Like, example, if all cops were, let's say, for example, the actual real life example, Irish, because being a cop was like the bottom of the social hierarchy, and Irish were like the bottom of the white hierarchy. That's the reason why cops are called paddy wagons, or at least back then in the late 1800s. It would cause a lot of stigma and resentment towards it. But no, this is Tobirama. No, that's the one decision I will not argue against. He was right.
Thus starting the whole fuckery from the very beginning. Like, how are you gonna disrespect everything from the get-go? What a terrible first impression.
I mean,
Tobirama was
right,
always talking behind the Uchiha's back, saying they would consistently be a threat to village peace. which, if anything, only stroked the flames of hate further. This discourse between supposedly allied clans would cause Madara to stand against Hashirama, the first Hokage.
A bunch of other reasons why Madara went
after
rogue.
their battle, they ended up putting Tobirama in charge after Hashirama's death.
That was gonna happen.
Big fucking mistake, because this man Tobirama made it his life's mission to politically ostracize the Uchiha clan.
He didn't do it intentionally. It was more of a byproduct.
Attempting to assimilate them into a much more simplified Konoha culture when the Uchiha understandably were upset they were losing their autonomy as a clan. Tobirama rebuts, "Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, why don't you guys just become the police force? Yeah, the Konoha military police force." And so it was. The Uchiha clan was put in charge of the village's crime deterrent.
Yeah.
Under the guise of still a racist as fuck idea of keeping the Uchiha focused on good things, it doubled as a great way to keep the Uchiha clan under watch and further expose the family's vulnerabilities.
Let me hear this. Hold on.
Tobirama died.
Okay, here's the thing. Tobirama put them in that position because A, they were good at it. Like, how do you stop crime? Genjutsu with the Sharingan. It's very easy to do. The problem is that this policy gets abused by assholes like Danzo to say, hey, let's move them to the corner of the village where we can spy on them 24/7. Again, Tobirama made mistakes. Making the Uchiha police force the sole ethnic group only in that police force was a bad idea in the long run. It set the stage for things to happen, 100%. But again, I am not defending. Like, he was the whole Madara shit, not his fault. He was 100% right. It's way too simplistic to say that, oh, he hated all Uchiha. No, he fucked up 100% on that. But to say that he was like, oh, he was intentionally keeping him out of power. No, that was more of like a byproduct of what he was doing, and it didn't really show any effects until long after he was gone. Now, if there's anybody you can blame for this, blame Danzo and Sarutobi, because Sarutobi himself just didn't have like the will to actually do any of the serious, ninja building shit. He just, anything shitty at all, he left to Danzo, and Danzo, we know what he did.
But the tensions he caused eventually reached their peak and resulted in the Uchiha clan massacre. Which, frankly, hindsight being 2020, Tobirama still would have happily signed off on, even if he was alive. This man, after being revived in the big finale of the series, literally won't shut the fuck up about how evil and hateful the Uchiha are. As soon as they're brought up, he's literally cool with Sasuke up until he finds out he's an Uchiha. And then he's ready to finger blast him.
Wait, hold on. To be fair, Sasuke was talking about trying to destroy the Hidden Leaf. Like, I'm not defending Tobirama, but come on, like he to say that he didn't have any reason not to like Sasuke. Sasuke was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go destroy the Hidden Leaf, and he's like, excuse me? Oh no, fuck this. Again, way too simplistic. Did Tobirama fuck up? 100%. Did his policies basically keep the Uchiha out? Yes, but that was not his intention. He basically was trying to keep them occupied, and so that way they can be like, okay, we can keep them busy for the village. If something happens, great. If nothing, even better. But no, yeah,
Pause. Tobirama is one of those white-collared racists who doesn't outright discriminate, but will still talk so much shit behind your back you can smell the bullshit a mile away. He justifies this deep-rooted prejudice by having an Uchiha friend, Kagami, who probably laughs along with Tobirama's racist jokes just to fit in. Although Tobirama made it his life's mission to oppress the Uchiha
Tobirama's one of the good, Kagami's one of the good ones.
His prejudice downward spiraled into a genocide. He didn't outright call for one, which, if that's the bare minimum here, sheesh.
Oh, this one. Here we go. This is the most understandable.
Suguru Geto comes from humble beginnings and starts his journey off as a well-spoken and respectful prodigy at Jujutsu High. Born with a special grade potential curse technique, curse spirit manipulation,
pretty
despite
broken.
His strength and natural talent, Geto managed to keep a level head and very rarely, if at all, was shown to be egotistical.
No.
Although he was confident in his abilities, Geto understood his power was to be used for the help of the weak and those in need, repeating the doctrine of the authority that brought him into this sorcery life he grew fond of. It wasn't until this entire life philosophy was flipped on its head after the mission involving the Star Plasma Vessel that Geto began to question his innermost morals.
It didn't help the fact that they were all clapping when she died, and Gojo has the line of like, hey, Suguru, should we kill all these people? And that just made things worse. I feel for their friendship. And Geto's obviously a monster. There's no excusing what he does, but at least with him, I'm like, okay, you can understand how he got to that conclusion. Still pretty fucked up. And Yuki, girl, why did you have to open your mouth and say, that's one thing you can do, kill all non-sorcerers?
Go Amanai, the girl chosen to be the Star Plasma Vessel, is assassinated by the sorcerer killer Toji Fushiguro.
AKA
Geto is
Deadbeat.
beaten down and broken by this anomaly of human nature.
Yep,
As
calls
he
him a
lay
monkey.
defeated, Toji calls him a word that awakens something deep within Geto.
Yep.
A monkey like you could never beat me. When realizing Rico's death was ultimately meaningless,
Yeah.
as the merger not happening didn't actually result in any crisis, and
Well, at least
also
not
just
yet.
standing around while his Jujutsu brethren were constantly losing their lives day after day to protect people who barely appreciated them and the blood, sweat, and tears
Yeah,
they put into this,
didn't help.
Geto, hanging on by a thread, when coming upon a village in the countryside that has been imprisoning a group of children due
This
to
is bad.
present.
He has like the whole thing with his classmate getting killed, and then he also has the whole inferiority complex with the Gojo at this point. Apologies, meant to finish doing this video. I'm back again. Let's go back to covering the most racist anime characters.
Suguru Geto snaps.
Of
After
course,
exterminating the entire
100 people, I
village
believe.
responsible, which consisted of no sorcerers, just innocent civilians, Geto turns this burning feeling of hatred
Oh, yeah,
in his
he
heart
crashed
into
out.
a
Yep.
deep-seated resentment of
Yeah.
non-sorcerers. Geto pledged to eliminate every single human in the world without
did.
control over their cursed energy in order to create a land where Jujutsu sorcerers can live in peace.
Well, here's the
Now, how did Geto go from such a nice young boy to a genocidal tyrant bent on world domination? To be fair, that is how they all start. But the truth is, in Jujutsu Kaisen, tens of thousands of people go missing per year in Japan alone. Most, if not all of these cases are the result of cursed spirits, born from the negative energy people give off.
Yep.
However, Jujutsu sorcerers, because they're able to control their cursed energy, produce no curses.
Yep.
Technically, meaning that if only sorcerers walked the earth, cursed spirits would cease to exist. This answer becomes Geto's final solution, literally, because from this realization on, and after that mental break, Suguru Geto immediately becomes a depraved, prejudiced individual, bent on not just segregation, but a cleansing of all Geto deems impure.
Yep.
This hatred manifests into the words Geto heard not too long ago, and his new chosen slur for all
Monkeys.
non-sorcerers. Fucking monkeys.
Monkeys, yep.
Geto, newly revitalized and fueled by racism, treats any and all non-sorcerers as fucking donkeys.
He does.
Less than human creatures that
hates
he
every
doesn't
non-sorcerer
even
on the
deem
planet.
worthy enough to call by their actual name. This woman specifically came to visit Geto. Oh, hi, my name is Sato. And this dickweed goes, ah, Saito. Oh, Lord Geto, that's
not
not
her
my
name.
name. It is now, bitch. After stealing people's curses and charging them obscene amounts of money. After possibly just killing them anyway, just because he feels like it.
Yeah.
Geto, because he was just within 5 feet of one of these monkeys, needs to pull out the Axe body spray, hit himself with a cup.
Yeah, he does not fuck with non-sorcerers. Now, and nothing with Geto is, his plan was never going to work because cursed spirits outside Japan aren't really a thing. Like, you've got some places like in Africa or some shit like that, but they don't really exist outside of Japan. And his plan was doomed to fail. Like, he could, there was no way he could ever actually wipe out non-sorcerers across the planet. There's no way. The only way they could end cursed spirits is Mahito's curse technique, Maru's curse technique, and Yuji's power. That's literally how it would work. That you could never do it. Like, his plan was doomed to fail.
Couple spurts real quick. Unfucking believable.
Yep.
Can't have himself smelling like a monkey. Geto reaches a level above Tobirama because he takes his
100%.
racism beyond subtle whispers and sly political moves and just outright makes non-sorcerers feel like shit. And has basically just created a business to scam and take advantage of them.
Yep.
And despite clearly being able to live a
By the way, that's
comfortable
Kinjaku, by the
life,
way, with
setting up a
stitches.
permanent shop of debauchery and oppression, Geto still sees no other choice but to genocide the entire planet of non-sorcerers because he feels as if it's his divine right to do so.
Yep.
He's so goddamn passionate about this shit, he starts to cry over sorcerers risking their lives to save another sorcerer. And literally on his deathbed, he says, and I quote,
hate monkeys.
I still hate those fucking monkeys.
Yep.
Oh my God. All because someone had the audacity to call him one first.
Yeah.
This is just more proof that racism is taught children. But
True.
frankly, because his planned cleansing fails, his racism never actually reaches the next level. Thank God.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we know what's coming next. Oh, this. Yeah. I've been a while since I've seen Kid Code Geass, but I remember this character. And yeah, Nina. We know what she did, both to the Japanese people and to the table. If you know, you know.
Nina Einstein's feelings towards the Japanese, known as 11s in Code Geass, after the country known as Japan was conquered by the Britannian Empire. Its people, stripped of their name, could be described more as xenophobic, as Nina's racism towards the 11s manifests as more of a deep-seated fear and helplessness when in the presence of the other group. It is unknown where this racism stems from, although Millie, Nina's close friend, speculates Nina may have had an encounter with a group of 11s once in a ghetto that ended in assault.
Yep.
Nina is extremely intimidated by Suzaku, one of the main cast, when he first transfers to Ashford Academy. And even after getting to know people like Callan, a half Britannian, half Japanese transfer student, or Suzaku, the moment they step out of line, Nina isn't afraid to immediately turn on them and demean them as the other. Compared to our other members on this list, as stated before, Nina's fear of the 11s overrides any real feeling of superiority. However, by following the criteria of this list, as an active player in the race war, Nina Einstein is the
100%.
sole responsible creator of the Flea Warhead, a quote-unquote nuclear device that upon activation results in the deaths of over 25 million people inside the Tokyo settlement of Sector 11.
She did that.
Yep, you heard me. 25 fucking million people killed by the bitch who was rubbing herself on the goddamn table. Tragic. Nina.
We know.
Einstein is the perfect representation of an unhinged lunatic hanging on by a thread, who becomes infatuated with someone. In this case, Princess Euphemia, the Britannian holy princess, and after losing them, feels like the world needs to pay. Fueled by racism, xenophobia, and heck, fascism, an 18-year-old girl who spends more screen time crying than anything else somehow manages to surpass two actual huge players in the race war games by fumbling her way into a nuclear devastation. This is legitimately, so far, the most realistic depiction of how racism can harm the world.
We need to...
Kind of stretching the definition of racism here, the world nobles, also known as the Celestial Dragons, are the descendants of the founders of One Piece's world government.
Of course.
Because of their untouchable status and wealth, they are effectively above any and all laws of the planet. This results in them being able to commit egregious crimes such as slavery in broad daylight without consequence. The Five Elders, top-ranking members of the world government, take prejudice to a whole new level in that every single living thing that is not them is beneath them. The Celestial Dragons believe themselves to be so superior, if one does not prostrate themselves within viewing distance of an elder, they risk imprisonment or even worse, calling anybody who again just isn't them a commoner. They view themselves as such higher entities, they won't even breathe the same damn air as the people around them. They won't even breathe the same air. Out here wearing fucking air bubbles. This is the most advanced classism I have ever seen. I've never seen this shit before. Said, my lungs can't even be tainted by this poor people air. They run around. I'm sorry.
Carried.
They use slaves as mobility devices. They are carried around, stealing people's wives as pets, and just shoot everyone who gets in their way.
Oh, Ginny, I'm so sorry.
Frankly, they just don't fucking like that day. These motherfuckers aren't even loyal. As soon as one of their own kind renounces their title, they're filthy humans. Why would you even want to be...
Homing, buddy, you had good intentions, but my God, what were you thinking? Like, did Homing not know about the hatred? Did he not know?
Be a part of this group again? Bunch of dweeb-ass slave traders. What really just makes them dangerous is that any misstep or transgression against them will result in pure annihilation. Like, completely vaporized into dust. You will no longer exist just for looking the wrong way. While the Celestial Dragons aren't responsible for such a dramatic catastrophe like Nina, they actively harm and oppress literally every single human in the entire world of One Piece. Like, literally, if you exist, you are in some way, shape, or form probably worse off because of the Celestial Dragons existing.
Like, this is...
Their kill...
Like, this stuff is like, oh, would you rather be ruled by, like, people like Kaido or the Celestial Dragons? I'm like, give me Kaido, because at least with Kaido, I have a shot. I just gotta get strong. With these pieces of shit, yeah, no, we're cooked.
Now, it may not be as large, but over time, the deaths directly and indirectly caused by them has to outnumber anyone else on this list. And considering they're meant to represent our real world's cult of nepotism and old generational untouchable wealth, they are constantly replacing themselves with descendants, meaning their hatred doesn't just die with them. The propaganda lives on until the entire government is destroyed and rebuilt. Based.
Honorable mentions, okay,
so far we've covered some of the most obscene, hateful ass motherfuckers that have ever graced the silver screen. And before we cover who is, in my opinion, the most hateful, racist ass, bigoted, and insensitive character to walk this side of the Mason-Dixon, let's talk about some honorable mentions.
Dishonorable mentions. Who's that again?
Mr. Savar. Little rambunctious scout he was, decided to take his Eldian armband off and live amongst the common folk to try and have a normal existence. Because, you know, it's literally impossible to tell the difference between an Eldian and non-Eldian.
I wouldn't say he's a piece of shit, but how he helped raise up Zeke was not good.
Until you stab him in the neck with Titan fluid. Racism. After meeting a nice woman, falling in love, and having a child, when Mr. Savar's wife discovers that he's actually an Eldian, irregardless of any happiness, love, or great memories formed and shared between the happy family, this woman slits her child's throat and then her own throat after discovering her beloved spawn was actually a filthy devil, and she had tainted herself beyond repair for breeding with such a devil. The only way, clearly, to reconcile for those sins was death.
I mean, this is an anime list. Why are we talking about Mr. Mustache Man?
Another honorable mention, Adolf Hitler himself. I mean, Dwight.
All right, this video's gonna get demonetized.
Do we even have to explain this one?
We don't.
Probably. Hitler appears as a character. Hitler appears as a character in Full Metal Alchemist 2003's movie Conqueror of Shambhala.
Wait, what? No fucking way. No way. Did this actually happen? Am I tripping? Yo, back the fuck. Wow. Okay. I have not seen any of the Full Metal Alchemist movies, but okay, is that meant to be Alphonse behind Edward? Rose? Is that Riza Hawk? Okay, I have no idea. Okay, that's... Oh man, this would never fly in 2026, no way.
Hitler, well, you know, started the Holocaust. Did you know he's also a villain in Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn?
Oh, this was obvious.
And here he is, the man, the myth, the legend himself. #1 racist ass motherfucker himself, Frieza.
Yep.
No surprises here. I think it was pretty obvious when you all hadn't heard him show up once on this.
Listen, Frieza, he's racist towards every race, and his Frieza's response is, technically, I can't be a race that no longer exists, because Holy hell, has he killed a lot of people. Although he'd probably be closer to closeted racist because unlike guys like, say, Ghetto, he just basically tells you, listen, if you work for me, I'll treat you good. If not, well, your whole species gets wiped out. See Saiyans and Namekians for that.
Entire list. How could you make a racist tier list of anime without Frieza?
Yeah,
a hater who needs no introduction.
Nope.
From the day Frieza was born, racism flowed through his veins.
Yeah.
A descendant of galactic dictator King Cold. From a young age, Frieza established himself as a cruel and ruthless tyrant that exceeded the power of his ancestors naturally. Meaning, without any training required, Frieza was already able to overpower his own father from birth.
Yep.
This resulted in his massive ego and superiority complex,
which came back to bite him,
creating an indomitable need to control the entire universe and have everything under his heel.
Now, I made a video on my main channel about the best fathers or worst fathers in anime, and I had King Cold as a bad father, not as the worst, because I said King Cold, he was a bad father for Frieza, but a great dad to the universe because he spoiled his son rotten. And because of that, Frieza never learned the value of hard work, because if he did, everybody's fucked.
After inheriting his father's imperialist army, he was introduced to his new special fighting force, the Saiyan race. Over the course of many years, Frieza would also conquer 448 planets and enslave about 70% of the known universe.
70%? Damn, I knew he was conquering, but damn.
Taking the celestial dragon approach of extending your hatred to multiple races of people, Frieza takes this another step further. Who would have even fucking thought this was possible?
Nope.
And presses his dominance over multiple planets of races. But no one caused Frieza to hate more than the Saiyans.
Yeah.
These monkeys would become the subject of Frieza's oppression and abuse for the following years to come. Because of their natural strength, fighting ability, and potential to grow, they made great slave warriors. However, they weren't the most loyal slaves. I mean, what more do they fucking want? Equality, human rights, freedom? Fucking monkeys. Anyway, like most racist genocide.
Listen, Frieza hated everybody that wasn't with him, and he basically saw the Saiyans like, yo, there might be a Super Saiyan? We gotta nip that in the bud. Little did he know that he would make one.
Besides, Frieza started to get worried his slaves might revolt. Ever fearful of the legendary Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan God, Frieza decided.
Also, keep in mind at this point, the Saiyans were like half his fighting force. He wiped out half of his army just because he's a racist piece of shit.
To completely destroy Planet Vegeta.
Yep.
He adds everyone on Discord and tells everyone to come back to their home planet, and then blows that shit up, leaving only a couple survivors. And even after he destroys the planet, Frieza continues to enslave and oppress the remaining Saiyans in his control. But once he realizes that this is pretty fucking boring not having people around to call monkeys all the time, racists hate not having other races to hate on, you know.
Nope.
Frieza packs up and decides, hey, time to fuck with some new monkeys, and sets his sights on planet Namek.
Yeah.
And don't even get me started on what Namekians are supposed to represent. So, on our journey through the Hall of Segregation, we saw how the fires of hate started off small, burning low with dirty political moves and behind closed doors ostracization using systematic racism. Then proceeded to escalate in levels of outright hatred and taking action against the underprivileged class, from attempted genocide to actual ethnic extermination, all the way to worldwide oppression, evolving up into unheard of or thought of territories such as intergalactic racism. One thing's for sure, if there's someone to hate, best believe someone will find a fucking way to hate him.
True.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this.
All right, awesome video. As always, please, I agree with this. If you like this video, smash that like, comment, and subscribe. Anything goes a long way against the algorithm. Until next time, deuces, fam.